Let's talk home and what home looks like for a little bit this morning. Brent Fink, Suzanne Kirk are here this morning from Ascension Living, Alexian Village. Good to see you both.
You as well. Thank you.
So I think it's relevant to mention what home looks like, because at Alexian, like anybody's neighborhood home,
Right.
It's not just the residents, it's the community and the neighbors, right? And that's
Right.
kind of what y'all wanted to highlight this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'll throw it to you. I'm going to start with you, Suzanne. Y'all were having a thumb war for who got the first question.
Well, I was just going to say, speaking of home and neighbors, we actually had our open house this week, where we brought people in that wanted to tour, and they got to see some decorated apartments.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
So it was really lovely. It was really nice.
You know, inevitably in any neighborhood, people move. They come and go.
Sure.
And it's really hard when your next door neighbor moves away, and eventually you get to know the new one, but it's a transition for both people. That happens with Alexian as well, but you've got so many more neighbors to choose from, right?
True.
Y'all do a
Absolutely.
lot to make the social life a thriving one there, Brent.
Yeah, and it's a big part of our community at Alexian is the social aspect. And, you know, we have groups from chess clubs, the Mahjong, different card games, book clubs.
Look at that list. I mean, it just goes on and on. You know, we go up there pretty often
Sure. Yeah.
to see you on site, and it's always fun for us because, well, for one thing, we often see new faces
Absolutely.
of residents who are there, but they are an active bunch of people.
They are.
They are. It's not what you consider a retirement center to look like, in my opinion. We've got so many active people. They love to get out and participate in things. They're always welcoming when we have new groups come in.
But you do have the apartments and the residential side of things set up in such a way that when those days come and you kind of want some time to yourself, you can be alone if you want to be.
Absolutely.
I mean, I think that's kind of important for people. Nobody wants to be treated like a kindergartner,
Right.
right?
Yeah. It's no different than a neighborhood in Ottawa, Tennessee.
Right.
So there's a total sense of community. You go into your home, you have your time away from the community, and you can join the fun when you want to. And the thing is there's, as you saw the list before, there's ample opportunity to have fun, join activities, committees that have a big impact on the community, whether it's our dining committee, our marketing committee. These are all members of the community that have an impact on everyday life for Suzanne and I as well.
Talk to me about the dining part of it, because that's what I was going to ask you. I know you've got the great restaurants, if you will, there. I mean, you know, you've got beautiful dining hall and other ways to eat. But that can be an intimidating way when you first come in to live there, I would think, to walk into that dining hall and not know anybody yet.
Sure.
Do y'all do anything that way?
So every wing has a host. So we have 4 wings in the lodge, and all the exterior buildings have a host. So it helps the person that moves in to acclimate.
Okay.
So you're not going to meet any strangers up there. Everybody is so active and welcoming.
I think what often happens too, not to stereotype, but often people come to you maybe after they've lost their spouse, so they come in solo.
Sure.
And it's hard if you've lost your spouse and all your friends are still couples. It changes the dynamic inevitably of the friendship. So is that helpful, do you find, for people to then have people who are going through the same thing?
Absolutely, and we see that a lot with you know, new residents moving into the community, and our community is full of individuals just like themselves when they're moving in. So they are the first one to greet them and acclimate them to the community and bring them around and then show them around. It's not just the employees,
Right.
it's their neighbors.
The other thing that's happened up there, when we moved to Chattanooga 26 years ago.
Sure.
And 26 years ago in Chattanooga, it was a lot of people who were born and raised still in Chattanooga. So coming in new, it was kind of difficult to develop some inroads. Alexian is full of people who are from here, but also all other parts of the country, because they've chosen your model.
That's right.
So it's not going to be like you're the newcomer. Does that make sense what I'm getting
It
at?
does, absolutely, yeah.
I can think of one specific resident, and she moved from North Carolina, and she knew absolutely no one. And she's great. I always love it when I'm touring and I run into her because she tells everybody, this is my home now.
Really?
This is my family.
Yeah.
And she's just a shining example, I think, of how Alexian can make people feel.
Right.
Absolutely.
Y'all have this entry table when you come in, the big round table there.
Yep.
And it seems like often when we come up, that table is filled with things. Y'all will have either there's some residents are coming down to pick up something, that
right.
y'all have gift baskets that you have. The minute you walk in, you can tell people do live there.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
In terms of coming up to visit you this time of year, families are together, they're noticing some things, conversations might be happening. Is January a really busy time for you?
I believe so. There's a lot of interest in the community during that time. Obviously, you're getting together with your family members and discussing your situation, and kind of maybe you're seeking out some of that social aspect of your life that you're kind of missing. And so that kind of is a big impact on our January too. Absolutely.
Well, whether you want to do woodworking, ukulele, pickleball, landscaping, wellness committee, book club, they've got it for you up there at Ascension Living Alexian Village. Here's where you can find them. It's ascensionliving.org. But you know where to find them, up on Signal Mountain. And we just talked about the Alexian Village side of things, but don't forget they have the memory care, they have assisted living, they have all types of things for you, whatever your need may be.
Absolutely.
Great to see y'all.
Thank you so much.